I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Oakland Raiders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10. Here's Carr. He completes it to Jones. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. For these Raiders and quarterback Derek Carr, the Chiefs, they have been their kryptonite in the AFC West. With Derek Carr as a starter, just 2-8 against KC, 2-6 before Mahomes became the starter. Well, the road not likely to get any easier anytime soon. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship.
On the run, this is Jackson. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
From the 45 on second down, Carr. That's caught by Jackson. The quick feet by Jackson. A gain there of 21 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it with a rookie from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And they got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. From the gun, it's Carr. Jones has it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 19.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Down. Milady. 56. 3 bucks. Slam. What?
into the red zone. It's Carr. The open man here, Renfro. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
They'll try the ground game with Jackson. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He is going to find Hill here. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Mahomes' pass caught by Watkins. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Raiders 7, Chiefs 0.
Yellow. Argolari. Switch up.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. He's got the first down inside the 10 and all the way down to the 5. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the Raiders' 1-yard line.
Yellow. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Right 54. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? Right there.
They'll run it with Williams. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Darrell Williams, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start here with Jackson. He'll have a first down past the 40. A big play that time for the Raiders. Give him 52 yards on the ground. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
6-yard line.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfrow. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Carlson now to add the extra point. And this will be good. Off the right upright, but he got a favorable bounce, and he gets it to go. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7 as they come up 1st and 10. Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
2nd and 10 at their 48-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
He can't, man. He's not going to get me.
Now here's Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 41-yard line.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. Throwing now is Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Kenneth Dixon, the running back, the intended target. But it'll be 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
You ain't going nowhere.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
3rd and 7.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Gets this one to Hill. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 14.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7.
Let's go.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Benson Mayowa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And Butker able to put this one through. Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, "Oh no, I'm keeping my job." But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
And there goes Harris. The 40, the 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. He goes 95 yards to the house on the kick return. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Yellow. I'll go on 80. Right 54. It's our time.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Looking again for Watkins, and this time that's complete. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Back deep for the Raiders, Dwayne Harris. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know.
Again, it's Williams. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
1st and 10. Here's Mahomes. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
They're not ready for this.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a 1st down due to the previous penalty. But with Damian Williams, it's notable that the Chiefs didn't make a play to go after a big-time running back in the offseason. The coaching staff said back in May they didn't want running back by committee. They trusted Williams to be their starter. You remember last year he was forced into the starting role the final 3 games of the season due to attrition, and he really excelled. And then he was excellent in the playoffs against the Colts and Patriots. Strong indicator that he was ready to be the bell cow. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. Working from the gun, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That goes for a Chiefs 1st down, 14 yards.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They run it again with Williams. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Come on, let's go. He's coming. He's coming, double up. Kill, kill, kill.
They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
At their own 32-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Kansas City Chiefs.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. That one complete to Hill. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys have cut the lead down to 2.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
I'm here all day.
They'll look to run for it with Williams. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Watch the twins.
Now it's Jackson. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Tyrell Williams with touchdown number 7 on the year. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They begin the drive with Williams. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To throw, it's Mahomes. Now they go screen, it's complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. That's complete to Robinson. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Well, last year, Chris Conley was the 3rd option at receiver for Kansas City. He shipped off to Jacksonville. Now they're hoping that Robinson can help fill that void. And Andy Reid has said that he and Mahomes are developing a great rapport, hoping to improve upon the 22 times they connected last season. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 45-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. Williams. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Nevin Lawson with a pick. Not that time for Watkins. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
2nd and 6 at the 33-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Here's Carr. Dancing to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The sack comes from Anthony Hitchens. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Throwing his car on third down. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Watch out for Hill on the return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Mahomes dropping one to Williams here. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Go. Go.
Back to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Watkins. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
50, yellow.
55.
Back to throw. It's complete to Williams. Gosh, given the time and the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Butker now to add the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, let's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now Carr. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure, and if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
To throw is Carr. And now another one thrown incomplete. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Intended for DeMarcus Robinson. Incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And out of bounds, this will depend on where they spot it, and they'll say at the 45. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Oh, he almost had it. Would have been a big interception here in OT. Instead, it'll give him another shot on third down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He sets to fire deep. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. He was looking for Watkins that time. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2.
39-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check. Shift.
They'll run again with Jackson. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Down. 280. 734.
Good track. Alert flare. Check 3.
You're mine. That's up.
What can Carr do now with his drive? Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw, it's Carr. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now Carr. It's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Watkins, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing now is Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 6-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
93.
Here's Carr to throw. And do you believe this? It's a safety, and the ball game is over. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play.